the food problem and overcoming the consequences of natural disasters.
Well, let's talk about this now with Joe Malanga, the editor and founder of Behind the News Network, now joining us here on RT International Live from Durban. Great to get you on, my friend. Thank you very much for sharing your time with us here. What do you think about this, mate? Russia is basically building on its traditionally friendly relations with its African partners. I mean, you saw it too. Over 50 delegations arriving for the Russia-Africa Partnership Summit. I mean, all this as the West desperately has been trying to isolate Moscow for years. So, I mean, my question, Joe, is how is it possible these relationships are not just forming, but they're growing?
The first thing I need to indicate that the relationship with Russia is strengthening because the fake relationship that has always been there from the West never worked. Because it never had mutual interest. It never had anything except for one-sided kind of a relationship. And when the West are saying Russia is isolated, it means they isolated. And the arrogance of thinking that if they isolate Russia, all of us will follow them. No, things have changed. Yeah. This is a brand new game. You always said the words you use, the multipolar word is here. It's happening in real time, as you said. So yeah. The relationship from the West has collapsed. That tells you something. If 50 African countries out of 52 or 54 are there, what does it tell you? It tells you that Africans are looking for an alternative.
Yeah, well said, Joe. I appreciate that. I mean, look, you don't have to go that far back. Joseph Borrell, the EU spokesman, a.k.a. the EU gardener, he said, a month or two ago that the people of Africa need to have their heads reprogrammed because he was so upset with this pro-Russian sentiment. I mean, how do you think the West is taking this, Joe, when it sits back and watches these alliances being made between Russia and all these different African nations? What are they saying in the West, do you think?
You know, when they are very arrogant and they won't do an introspection, hence I always said that there's no such thing as introspection in the West. It's all about them and nothing else. They will be very upset. They will play dirty with certain countries where their leaders were close with them. They will make calls to want to know what changed, what happened. And underhand deals will be offered, and certain head of states will be threatened. They will try to expose some of the things that we're doing in the dark, because now they will be bitter and upset as to why are these guys all of a sudden shifting to Russia. And of which the fact is not all of a sudden. The relationship has always been there. But because they came with their media, they came with their entertainment, they came with everything to cloud people's mind, thinking that we are in Africa, we're happy to watch movies only, and we don't care about our future. Things have changed. Hollywood is not working anymore. CNN is not working anymore. Fox News is not working anymore. Now we are looking for the actual partnership and the respect and mutual relationship with Russia. And that's what has been happening. Now, the concern is certain head of states that are still loyal to the West, now they're going to have a serious problem.
Yeah, I hear you there. You know, I do worry about suitcase kind of cash diplomacy. And, you know, I mean, for example, it was earlier this year that when Russia, Sergei Lavrov has been going all over Africa, and then literally days later, America sends Antony Blinken. They send these American delegations, like almost following the Russian delegation of these different parts across Africa. There is a race for Africa these days. And meantime, Russia and China, they like to help the people of Africa, building infrastructure, building electricity, bringing fertilizer, agricultural products. And some people say that America and former colonial powers typically just exploit the African continent. Is that a fair comment, or am I way off?
No, it is a fair comment. I mean, the reason why they sent Blinken to come is because Russia will write the script, they will follow. China will write the script, then they will follow. And when they come, they don't come in a diplomatic manner. They come with threats. They tell you accept LGBTQ. They tell you to buy some contaminated products from them. They want you to accept Western ideologies. They don't want to give back where they've stolen for the past 500 years. And that time is up. And it's not like Russia is bringing things that they don't know. It's things that they should have done and they ignore. But remember, they always use the ACE card of the IMF and the World Bank, where
Yeah.
they come and say, we give you this much. And most of the head of states were not reading the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
And hence now Russia is saying, should you enter into any of these deals, come to us, we'll help you. Watch everything that these guys are saying to you so that you don't sell your own population. So they don't want anybody to wake the Africans up from the 500 years of sleep that they've been going through.
It's such a strong comment to wrap up this conversation. I really do appreciate that. Joe Malanga is the editor and founder of Behind the News Network. Appreciate your time and your work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, on the sidelines of the Russia-Africa conference,